for coming. Obviously, Peter's been with us now for 2.5, 3 months. We've learned a lot from him in the lab and heard a lot of his stories about some of the coursework and such that he teaches over in the Czech Republic. And so excited today to see some videos and get a little more insight into what the physical education system looks like over in the Czech Republic. Take it away, Peter.
Thank you for your participation, and I would like to invite you for my presentation, which is an overview of the university level physical education system in the Czech Republic. My name is, in Czech language, Petr Bahensky, and I am from Czech Republic, from Czech Republic, University of South Bohemia, Faculty of Education, and Department of Sport Studies. My main subjects are physiology of sport, athletics, cross-country skiing, generation, and sports training. But I participate in learning several next subjects. I am head of laboratory as well in our department, and I'm coach of athletics in high sports school, as well as I am assistant of youth national team coach in running disciplines. First, I would like to introduce my country. Czech Republic is a very small country right here in the center of Europe. And on this map, I would like to show you places where are our courses. In France, here, our US, there are courses of skiing. Here in Austria, in the middle of Austria, there is the course of canoeing, and in Croatia here, there is course of windsurfing and sea canoeing. Czech Republic, main capital city is Prague. Sorry. Prague, and Česká Budějovice is city the south region of Czech Republic. First, Czechoslovakia was established at 1918s. It was a state created to current states, Slovakia and Czech Republic. 1993, Czechoslovakia was divided into Czech Republic and Slovakia. The divorce was home and friendly. Both of countries are with similar language. For example, Slovakia has 300 different words than Czech language. Slovak people understand very well. Czech people, opposite it is worse, especially Czech children better understand Slovakia, because in Slovakia TV there is a lot of Czech movies. Opposite it is not. I don't know why it's. Czech Republic has similar population as Georgia, approximately, but half size of Georgia. Until 1989, Czech Republic was under Russian rule. It was a dark time for us, but 1989 was the revolution. From this year started democratic processes, and was established democratic government. We are a member of NATO since 1999 and member of European Union since 2004. In Czech Republic, there is a lot of sites. There are a lot of sites. For example, this is Prague, and near to Prague, this is 5 kilometers far from Czech Republic and 20 kilometers far from Czech Republic. There are a lot of nice nature. This is the highest mountain in Czech Republic, second highest, and this is near to Czech Republic, lakes near to Czech Republic. This is in Moravia.
What is the altitude here?
In meters, 1,602.
Okay.
I don't know if you know some Czech personalities, probably not, but because we are a very small country and far country. But for example, in Czech language, Jan Amos Komenský, in Latin, Johannes Amos Comenius, lived in 17th century, and he is called Teacher of Nations. He's a very famous European teacher, not only in Czech Republic, but all Europe, and almost all his life was Netherlands. First Czechoslovakia's president was Tomáš Garrigue Masaryk. His wife is from US. Václav Havel is first Czech president. Masaryk was president from 1918. Havel was president from 1980. And very famous person in politics is Madeleine Albright. She was born in Czechoslovakia, but she was historically the first woman in the US Secretary of State, and she works in Clinton administration. After this job, she got offered to be president of Czech Republic, but she didn't want. And we have several famous athletes, for example, tennis players, Landul Navratilova, they are now 50, 60 years old. Ice hockey players, current players, Sebastian Voráček, Vašek and Jager, they are as well 50 years old now, and Tomáš Satoranský is a basketball player currently in New Jersey. Education system in Czech Republic maybe is similar as the US. Maternity leave in Czech Republic, maternity leave in Czech Republic is from 6 months to 4 years. And the shortest, the bigger money. Mostly between 2 and 3 years. Children from 1 year to 3 years can visit creche, from 2 to 6 kindergarten. Last year of kindergarten is compulsory. And together with next 9 years in basic school, 1 year in kindergarten and 9 years in basic school is compulsory schooling in Czech Republic. 4 years in high school, then college or university, and after that, doctoral studies.
And it's free to go to school. No cost. You say under 26 is free? So no cost.
Under 26, all schooling is free, for free, excluding private schools. But in Czech Republic, state schools are on the higher level mostly than private schools. That's why almost everybody, more clever students study in state schools. And, but there are some private schools which are better. The system is divided for 3 parts of education: primary, secondary, tertiary, and education is for free. But it has it brings some positive ways and some negatives. Positive is that everybody can study at the university. Negative is that not everybody has interest to finish their study. That's why we have in first grade mostly 100 students and only 30 students are graduate. This is the advantage for us. Average salary is almost $1,500, but in Czech Republic it is out of social and health insurance and out of saving retirement. That's why it is fair money. And teacher salary currently is approximately 125% of average salary, but every year it is, during the last 5 years, it is about 5% higher every year during the last 5 years. Approximately 24% of population is university graduated.
And that's per month, right? 1,400 per month. The 1,400 is per month, right?
Yeah. And this is graphically shown our education system, partly in Czech language, unfortunately, but this is basic school, high school, university program. Now I would like to introduce our city, Česká Budějovice. This is square, and 400 meters per square is the stadium. Swimming pool, indoor, outdoor, hall, sport hall. This is sports high school. Here is one from 4 buildings of Faculty of Education. The main building is here from Faculty of Education, and around here is the Department of Sports Studies. And here is ice hockey stadium and football stadium. Everything. This is island. All city is downtown. You say is on the island, and it is a very nice historical part of the city. And this is on the square, a water fountain and black tower. This picture is 15 years old because there is no plastic surface on the stadium, and it is visible 2 rivers, Malše and Vltava, and here is a river around downtown, and here is this river under surface. Now, and this picture is 25 years old. Here is the Department of Sports Studies and big sports hall, ice hockey stadium, 2 ice hockey stadiums, and here is roller stadium. Center of city is small, but around center city, this is the biggest park in the Česká Budějovice. It's nice for running, cycling, roller skating. Our city was founded in 13th century. Population is similar than Savannah, or maybe a little smaller. Now I will say something about faculty. About our university. The University of South Bohemia is a state university. There are 9,000 students in more than 20 study programs in 8 faculties. And there is a lifelong learning program as well. our university has cooperation with more than 400 universities worldwide. Your university is one from it. The most prestige is probably research in the Arctic and Papua New Guinea. Is science, I think. Our university was founded in 1991, but a lot of faculties is definitely older. For example, our faculty worked since 1948, Faculty of Education and Faculty of Economics 1960. Our faculty was the first in Czech Republic, and the university was founded from these two faculties. Now, this building is, for example, 5 years old. It is a new building of there is based rector and government of our university. And I think 5 years ago was open for research station on Svalbard. It is our famous building, I think. Our university is created by Faculty of Economics, Science, Education, Theology, Fisheries and Protection of Water, Agriculture, Arts, and Social Science, Health and Social Sciences. That's why currently 8 faculties. And our faculty, Faculty of Education, there are more than 2,000 students, more than 150 teachers and some staff. And we have 18 departments. Our departments are located in 4 buildings, partly in the historical center, partly in part of the city. Department of Sports Studies, that's right, our department. I work there and I am deputy of this department. Was founded in 1992, and it is, I think, it's the oldest department in Czech Republic. Now I would like to show you a short video from our department.
This is what I saw when I said I'm changing schools.
This is my colleague. You all, 2 years old, second laboratory, or they are my colleagues. So you have 5 halls, 1 the biggest and 4 smaller. A laboratory, very small laboratory in comparison with you.
I don't know about that. Look at all this stuff that's got.
Czech students.
These are all undergraduate students.
Yeah, I will talk about it. We have more students in bachelor program, but we have master program as well, not doctoral program.
Are the students pretty compliant with doing research studies?
Yeah,
Participants?
I have 5 assistants from students, and I choose the best students. It's like David Marco is my first assistant in laboratory. Now he is my colleague, and now I have next 3-4 students which are very skillful, and I am happy. them is my son. We have two laboratories. This is our laboratory, and we have primary prevention laboratory. This laboratory of my colleagues, but we cooperate. And at these laboratories, we measure data for bachelor's, master's thesis, and science publications. Zero students work in lab. Now, I think 5 students. And in regions of Bohemia, there is a lot of sports clubs, and almost all clubs are in the best league in Czech Republic. And we test them in our laboratory. Runners, this is my group, cross-country skiers, ice hockey players, football players. In Czech Republic, football is soccer, and yours football is called American football. Yeah, that's why definitely it is soccer. So, basketball players, cyclists, volleyball players, and a lot of next sports.
Do they pay you or
Yeah, they pay, but our prices in our laboratory are very less. It's not primary. It's not business for us. We have, for example, half prices than the other laboratories, but we use this data for articles for bachelor thesis and for diploma thesis, and students which work in our laboratory get in Czech language we say stipendium, money for work in laboratory, and they like this work, and it is I educate my students, and they earn money, and they learn something, and they meet with best sports people. It's useful for that's cool. And leaders of our faculty and university are satisfied with it because it's useful for community. Yeah. This is picture from our laboratory. I think it is David, my colleague.
Don't show my graduate students. You guys have windows. And we get to see outside what the outside world looks like.
And now on this wall are poster from our research.
Yeah, nice.
This second laboratory. Study organization. First is bachelor program for 3 years, and after graduating, we choose the best students from the study, and they go on in master degree for next years. If they finish their study here, they very often join police, the army, the fire brigade, or or coaches in different sport, because during their bachelor degree they achieve a lot of license, coaches license in skiing, downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, athletics, gymnastics, floorball, ice hockey. They can choose. But they can achieve all of them. And after graduation and master degree, they mostly teach or the other teaching position. In our program, they have to pass exam from theoretical subjects, practical subjects, and from praxis in learning and training. Mostly in games, soccer, ice hockey, volleyball, handball, etc. These games they have only in 1 semester. This learning is finished by exam, practical exam, and theoretical as well. Gymnastics, athletics, and swimming. These 3 sports are the main in our department, and they learn for 3 semesters. Then is from the first year in the winter semester. For example, in they have athletics for the semester, and the first is 100 meters long jump to the ball, 1500 meters man, and 800 meters woman. Here are limits: 15 seconds and 1.5 woman, 5 meters man, 4 meters woman, 35 meters, 15,000 1500 meters man, and 2 minutes 10 seconds woman in 800 meters. In basketball, it is the same as in soccer, ice hockey, handball, volleyball, floorball, etc. They have to lead one lesson. They have to pass exam from rules, and they have to pass exam from theory and practical exam. I will show you practical exam from basketball. Gymnastics, it is the same as athletics. They have in the first semester they have some requirements from in all disciplines, and at the end of third semester they have final exam. I will show you final exams. Swimming, it is the third main sport in our department. It is difficult for students as much. 100 meters freestyle, 152 man, 204 woman. Backstroke, first jump, and freestyle return. Volleyball, the same as your games. Summer semester, from athletics, hurdles, shot put, discus throw, high jump. Here are limits. Gymnastics, next requirements in 4 disciplines. Handball, this is the same as all the main games. Theory, rules, one lesson, practice skills. Soccer, the same. It is everything in first year of bachelor study. Swimming, 100 breaststroke, butterfly stroke, and underwater swimming. Now 25 meters and 20 meters woman. Finally, they have to swim underwater 30 meters. Fight and self-defense. Here is judo and aikido. Second year, final exam from athletics. Hurdles again. If they passed exam last semester, they have fulfilled it. Javelin throw is the from average students the hardest discipline, and pentathlon is created from 100 meters, long jump, shot put, high jump, 100 meters, and 800 meters. And it is pointed from athletics papers. Floorball is the same as main games. And gymnastics, final exam I will show you in the moment. Swimming, the hardest discipline probably is 400 meters. It is limit for in Czech Republic. Number 1 is the best. I think 8. Here is mistake. I think this mistake. 8 and 5 may off. I don't know. This is mistake. 725. 725 here and 755 C. And again, 40 meters in all disciplines together, and underwater swimming 40 meters. Second semester, second year, fourth semester together is basic gymnastics and fitness training and basic putting games, tennis, table tennis, softball, badminton, squash. It is the same as games. And at the end of this year, students have to read the classes with the sports. Third year is last one in bachelor study. They have dance and aerobics. Complex regeneration is in 3 semester as well. It's like in the third year there is final exam, oral exam, practical exam, and anatomy. Ice hockey is in the third year, and it was practical exam. Now I will introduce you theoretical subjects. In the first year, they have history of physical education and sport, fundamental pedagogy. Pedagogy they have in the every year. I don't know exactly how named this subject, but every year some subject. Psychology as well. They have I think 3 times psychology, sport, nomenclature, anatomy, hygiene, and first aid. In first year. In second year, anthropometrics, biomechanics, human physiology, physiology of sport, and physical exercise. These 2 subjects I teach. And the rules of all sport. I teach rules in athletics. Sports training, I teach sometimes, regeneration as well, and practice in sports club. They have to train 8 hours as coaches in clubs, which they choose. For example, athletes can train athletes, and football players can train in ball clubs. Now I will show you practical exam from basketball. For this test, this limit minutes, and in final part they have to be successful 6 times. This is 2 years ago. It is my student, now it's my colleague as well. He's a basketball player. That's why it is a mistake. He played in the second highest league in Czech Republic. He is not as tall as he needs, but he is skillful. For this test, he has a limit 2 minutes, and now at this moment they have to be 6 times successful, and after that the test finish, and they have to make 2 minutes.
That's tough for 2 minutes. We wouldn't have any graduates here.
Gymnastics. Now I will show you every discipline in gymnastics. Parallel bars is final exam in the 3rd semester of their study. Horizontal bar. He's perfect. He's perfect, but not everybody are the same way. This is the best evaluation. But everybody have to perform this discipline, but almost it is on the worst performance.
Was David good at this?
David,
Yeah.
David performed everything 2 years ago, but now I think not.
He wasn't that
not
good.
this way.
Yeah.
But
Is he the guy that came?
Yeah.
30 years ago, me too.
Yeah.
But I told it to Greg, 10 years ago, everything was changed. And 10 years ago, started to be easier. Before 10 years, it was harder, definitely. And now there is a lot of people wants to be changed again for easier and easier because population in Czech Republic is more fat.
Yeah, this guy's like an Olympian.
Do you get to pick a sport?
Oh, they have to.
You have to do all the sports.
But this is perfect performance. Not everybody are on this level, definitely. But all figure they have to perform.
This is only for students in the physical education.
Yeah, only physical education. Yeah. Our students,
I don't think we would get undergraduate.
our students can study only physical education, but mostly they study 2 subjects, mostly physical education and geography or math or English or German. And they have mostly 2 subjects. That's why they are teachers for 2 subjects.
Do a lot of your students go on to coach mainly like gymnastics? Is that the most popular?
Gymnastics is not as much popular in Czech Republic, but
But it used to be.
yeah, it used to be definitely. One US sportsman, I don't know his name. He is son of Czech gymnastic competitor. Now he lives in the US, and now he came back to Czech Republic, and he is in Czech national team for Olympic Games. I don't know name, but he is son of medalist, one woman gymnastics, which achieved medal in Olympic Games. Now she lives in US, and his son came back to Czech Republic, and he is in national team of Czech Republic in gymnastics. Women, they have 4 disciplines, and bars.
In your department, is it even boys and girls, or is there more one or the other? Men and women, is it even, or is it like more men, more women?
I understand, but I don't know. I think more men, I think.
But it's close. It's not like totally lopsided.
This year, it is 50-50 in the first grade now.
Okay.
But last year, 70% of men, I think. We prefer to be 50-50 because of lesson, for example, for gymnastics are divided.
Yeah.
Athletics is together. But women has ice hockey as well, ball as well, but gymnastics is different. This is performance for the best evaluation, but not everybody are on the same level.
Yeah.
This video is for our students. Today know how this exam have to show. and exercise. They train 1 year and a half, somebody every day. It is for me, for example, it was the hardest exam, and I had to train every day. Master study, they don't have as much practical exam. They primarily they have pedagogy and psychology and some theoretical subjects. Kinesiology, several exams from pedagogy, several exams from psychology, applied physical education, and they have a lot of practice. The first semester they have 1 hour per week. Prax in basic school or high school, they can choose. And second semester they have continuous practice for 1 month every day. And they can choose from courses. They can choose 2 courses, and they work there as assistant teachers. That's why they take part in, but they are not evaluated as students, but as teachers. And they have a final exam from main sports, theoretical exam. And courses in the first year of bachelor study, there is cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, cycling, together course orienteering, hiking, and sports in nature, and voluntary course, beach games, or wellness course. In second year, again, downhill skiing, canoeing, and surfing. And in the third year, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, and voluntary course, again, downhill skiing. In diploma study, they can choose, they have to choose 2 courses, but not as students. Cross-country running is based on France or in Czech mountains. This is in France, in Ordues, and this is 3,300 meters above sea level, and it is very nice area. In this area is, for example, Tour de France and cycling, and requirements. They have to take a trip at least for 40 kilometers twice. This course is for 7 days. This trip is twice. They have to participate in a race and 11 kilometers and 6 kilometers, and they have to 5 techniques of cross-country skiing and be evaluated. Now I will show you one funny video, students video from this course. It is from Czech Republic, from Šumava Mountains in Czech Republic, and it is from trip. It was 55 kilometers. It is a hilly area there. That's why it is uphill, and now downhill. It is not as easy. And without snow sometimes. And noon they have lunch Typical lunch on the first country.
What are they eating? What is that here?
I don't know what is it, waffle maybe? It is in the pub. The cycling course, it is for 5 days, I think. Requirements, biking at least 80 kilometers. Mostly, I am participant of this course. Mostly we bike 110 kilometers. That's right, at least 80. Bike orienteering race for 30 kilometers and vertical tests. Now downhill skiing is in France as well. They have to perform 5 techniques. And there is a short video from students.
Was that you, Peter?
No,
Wipe out?
I take part in this course, but not in this group.
Yeah.
It's my colleagues group.
Yeah, this is not like much skiing in the US. Not on the East Coast. at the very
This is
least.
the hardest course in the France.
Yeah. Yard sale for that guy. Yeah. Oh wow, that guy's a trickster.
This is Austerlitz.
No snowboarding, huh?
Not snowboard is in the different groups.
Okay.
This is only for skiing.
Yeah. Is this France still? Yeah.
France, yeah. This is very nice area.
Yeah.
But it is 16 hours by bus for us.
Jeez.
And Croatia, it's is 20 hours by bus. Horrible. But Austria, canoeing is 2 hours, 3 hours. And area for skiing in Czech Republic is 1 hour from Czech Republic.
That's pretty close, yeah.
This is students of second year of bachelor study.
Jeez.
And before last course is windsurfing. They requirements to manage windsurf triangle shaped road. It is not as easy for beginners. This in Croatia.
2 hours, you said? 2 hours? Oh, you said 20 hours, 20, far.
20 hours by in the bus. 20, yeah. 20. 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours is area for skiing in Czech Republic.
Oh,
I think 1 hour, 1 hour. And nice video is from canoeing course. It is not as easy. This river is world series on the canoeing, and they have to they have to successfully manage the rope on the wire water. this 1,000. They sleep in the tent. They cook themselves. They have plastic and canoe. They have to change it
Where is this pier?
in Austria. 2 hours apart from Czech Republic.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. And students study is for free, but this
Trips.
courses are for they have to pay
Yeah.
accommodation, traveling, rent to windsurfing, rent canoe. This is a really wild water, but very nice.
Students.
Exam, practical exam. It's like very free time. Ice hockey, swimming. The basketball player, 2 meters high. Their free time. So I say, auxiliaries are teachers, mostly physical education teachers, definitely, and mostly with geography or English or German, biology or math. They can choose all disciplines which you want, and some our graduates work as coaches, as master, or join the fire brigade, police, and army. Thank you for your attention, and if you have